What it do, ski guys? It's Feral34 back with another episode of Super Science. For anyone who's ever read a DC comic or just seen their characters before, I know you've always wondered, how does that guy talk to fish? Like, what? Don't worry guys, over here on Super Science, we got you. For today's episode of Super Science, we're gonna go ahead and talk about how does Aquaman talk to fish. I'm your host, Feral34, this is Super Science, and you're about to get educated. So here we have Aquaman, King of the Sea himself, also known as Arthur Curry. So before we dive onto exactly how Aquaman talks to fish, let's go and run down the abilities of Aquaman and how they could be categorized according to the comics. Aquaman's powers are most widely recognized as telepathic powers that can be used over great distances. However, this power is most often used and most easily used on marine life. Aquaman at times has demonstrated the ability to affect any being that lives upon the sea, for example sea eagles, and even any being involved in marine life, example humans, and even some form of aliens. In modern interpretations, the power itself has actually been described by Arthur Curry. However, his explanation goes along the lines that most marine life does not possess enough intelligence to carry a meaningful telepathic communication. Aquaman is now stated to simply add compulsions and needs in the mindset of the aquatic life, compelling them to do his bidding by a subtle altering of their cerebellum, which plays with an important role in the motor skills. More specifically, the cerebellum does not initiate movement, but contributes to the coordination, precision, and accurate timing. So in order to understand how that could translate into our world, we have a couple of options. The first is to understand how fish communicate amongst themselves. Well, according to the University of Auckland marine scientist Shashri Mangazili told the New Zealand Herald, all fish can hear, but not all can make sound. Pops and other sounds made by vibrating their swim bladder, a muscle they can contract. Unlike us humans, some species of fish actually don't use communication for things like entertainment or for sanity purposes. Fish are believed to communicate with each other for very different reasons, including attracting mates, scaring off predators, or orientating themselves. However, there is this one case where a fish could quite possibly have something that we refer to as ESP, aka Extrasensory Perception, which most of the time includes telepathy, according to the study published in the Journal of Experimental Biology in 2008. Scientists at the University of Maryland have shown that the eyeless freshwater Mexican tetrafish, which has eyes buried beneath a layer of flesh and therefore is blind, uses its pineal glands to detect light, for example to see. However, the creature's pineal glands are actually buried deeper beneath the flesh than the eyes are, proving that telepathy or ESP is very real in nature and is certainly not impossible or pseudoscientific. How this may be connected to humans, you may ask? We have pineal glands! Yeah! Often referred to as the third eye or the seat of the soul, which scientists and researchers believe may be responsible for the out-of-body experiences and the production of DMT, dipethyltryptamine, a chemical perhaps responsible for alien abduction experiences in many cases. Research has actually shown that over time our pineal glands have actually been calcified from consuming certain substances, for example things like fluoride in water. And by decalcifying our pineal glands, it can help us to successfully achieve telepathic communication. Yeah! To summarize, basically become an Atlantean if you want to talk to fish, because we're pretty far off from FaceTiming our goldfish. And that is this week's episode of Super Science, talking about how Aquaman talks to fish. Thank you guys as always for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, you can leave a like and subscribe to the Hybrid Network if you have not already. Also guys, my channel's in the description down below. You can check it out guys. We are almost at 10K. Woo! What did you guys think about this week's episode of Super Science? Are you gonna try and get your pineal glands to work properly so you can go talk to your goldfish? Let us know in the comment section down below, as well if you have any suggestions for a future Super Science video. Anyway guys, that is it for me today guys. I'm your host Feral34, this is Super Science, and you just got educated.